Hi friends, in our time together today I'm sharing one of my practice sessions of the Wren. This is a beautiful andro circle dance that I introduced the other day. I'll put a link at the end of this video to that original video in case you've not been through it yet. I'll also stick a link at the top of the notes to this video, to the page of my website from which you could download the music and tabs for this absolutely lovely tune. For my practice session today, I'm using the Carbony Big Bore Close Finger Spacing Low D and the Burke Aluminum Session High D. Both great videos, and I'll put links as to where you could pick up both of these videos in the notes to this video. The notes to the video always have great stuff. I found this to be a delightful tune to play. A quick comment on how I'm approaching ornamentation and expression with this tune. This is a tune that flows, and I don't want my ornamentation and expression to interrupt that flow. I want them to enhance that flow. You could actually play this tune without much ornamentation and expression, and it is lovely. So it's a delightful tune. Now, as I think about it, and I'm just realizing that our Son and Family's garbage pickup service is just coming by the front, so if you're hearing a garbage truck, that's why. Some of the delights of playing outside, right? Now, I'm not making this an play outside video because there's a very minimal breeze this morning, and so playing outside is about the same as playing inside, except we get the sounds of life around us. So anyway, back to the tune. So I want to accept and enhance the lovely flow of this tune. I don't want to override it with my ornamentation. Now, I've heard this tune, I've listened to, as I often do, quite a few people playing it, and I've particularly looked for different ways that groups play it and different ways it's played for people dancing it. And I found kind of two different ways there. The first way, I'll go over here with the first way people play it, and that is as a listening tune. You know, you're just going to sit back and listen to it. And I'll show you an example of that pace in a moment. And the other way I've heard it played often is simply for someone to dance to, or played at a pace at which someone might dance to it. So I've pulled a metronome up. And an example of someone playing this as a listening tune is about at 84 beats per minute. I'll just play a bit of it. I'll stand so you can see my hands. I think I got to get into that rhythm. And to be honest, that is actually a little faster than I have heard it played as a listening piece. Let me get into that without worrying about the metronome and see what pace I'm really thinking. Okay, so you see there that when I was playing that, it was minimal ornamentation because it was just a lovely listening piece. Now, when I hear folks playing this as a dance a dance andro, I'm hearing things between 122 beats per minute and 138 beats per minute. 122 beats per minute. I was having a hard time getting myself into that flow. Sometimes playing with a metronome messes with my head. Let me just see about doing that a little faster. It's okay. Anyway, it's a great tune. Let me jump in to walking through some of it on the Carbony Low D. Now I've chatted about all that, and then I'm going to play it on the Burke and show you one of the ways I've heard this played by some, which are kind of fun. So first I'm just going to walk through and tell you what I'm thinking. I'll stand, like I said, so you can see my hands. So I'll go at a moderate pace here. So I'm using just some lighter, softer ornaments. I'm not, even I think you want more gentle, not real slappy cuts and taps on it. Some rolls, gentle slides. And I didn't mix it up a great deal there, but remember to swap up how you're handling the different times you play it through. Don't exactly mirror yourself. Let's jump into the B section. Now you might think that the B section is a little boring at and I get that. And I was thinking that originally myself. But as I watch folks do this, there are versions that make the B part run faster, but most people I hear playing it are playing that version. And so it's a section of the circle dance which has a lot of circling going on, and this is just accentuating the rhythm with a little bounciness to it, so try and keep that. And you can syncopate that a little differently from the rhythm standpoint. And that's cool. And you're going to be really tempted, and I think you should, when you're playing it, to go through and and go back and do it again. So let me run through it with the Burke. And what I was saying there was, as you play it, you're going to finish it. Get the beat. And you want to go back, but what I've seen a lot of people do is then go to the 2-sharp version. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll play through the 1-sharp version and then the 2-sharp version, and we'll close out. Remember, when you're practicing this tune, just try and keep a smooth flow. Let your ornaments just be something that accentuates the flow. Or if you want flow, slide into that first note maybe. And don't be afraid of that section to simply exist as it does with those notes and minimal flowy ornamentation. So let me try this. I'll go at a moderate pace for my sake. Remember, go at the pace where you're comfortable. Don't try and overdo it. You've got to learn the tune at the pace at which you could play it. Oh well. Isn't that how it goes? Your fingers get in each other's way now and then. Okay. Let me step into that again. Last line of the B part. And you could see that I'm still learning some, but I realized as I was experimenting, always experiment, right? Try different things. As I was experimenting with this great tune, it was going through the 2-sharp version that I realized that I can, in the start of that second bit, leading into it, that's a little stronger, and then dial it back and then pick it up. So experiment with varying your volume some there. I'd play it as you want, but those are just some ideas. Remember, you're playing this tune, the tune's going to dominate, and your ornamentation should enhance. Now, with the tune being reasonably straightforward, you'd think that I would be a lot further along on my ornamentation, but I think I'm not. I think I'm at the point where it's like, I need to work on it some, and that's okay. That's perfectly okay, because we've been here with my son and his family. Our son and his family, and having a great time, and I've not been practicing as much as I normally would, but I still think it's important to share the reality of, hey, here's me practicing in the middle of a busy day. So that has a reality to it. I'm going to be better with this in a few days, and that's okay. When we get home, I'm going to practice it a lot more. But those are the things that are going through my brain right now. I hope this is helpful, my friends. If you're brand new and checking us out because of the video, please subscribe. Join this crazy good community of folks learning the whistle together. Until next time, this is Scott Shade. Happy whistling.